Half-Life 3 is arguably the most anticipated continuation to a video game franchise in 2024. But it's not for the reason that you may think it is, and that's because of the sole reason that the franchise is popular in the first place. See, the reason that Half-Life is so popular is not because of its story, even though, don't get me wrong, I know it is super engaging, and it is now the reason that people are looking forward to the continuation of the franchise. The story itself didn't start off as something original or brand new that people hadn't seen ever before. It wasn't anything groundbreaking, but the thing that was original, freshening, and new was the gameplay itself. See, Valve are people who built their name on innovating when it comes to games themselves. They weren't trying to write the best story ever, even though they did end up creating one that people still love to this day. The reason that people remember the game of Half-Life to this day is because of how new it was as an experience when it came out.
In a design review and somebody say that's not realistic, and you're like, okay, what does that have to, like, explain to me why that's interesting. And I've never thought to myself that realism is fun. I go play games to have fun. And so we had to come up with some notion of what fun was.
And then when Half-Life 2 came out, it was also a brand new experience that people hadn't seen before. It was also something innovative that Valve themselves created from nothing. A completely original idea of how gameplay flows with the story. No cutscenes, no nothing. It was a masterpiece and it was super fun to play. And ever since then, people have been waiting for Half-Life 3 because they want to see the continuation of the story, but also because of their nostalgia and memories of playing this brand new experience that was Half-Life 2. And now you may be wondering where I'm going to tie this into Half-Life 3 and why the title of this video is what it is. Well, let's talk about Half-Life Alyx, because when that came out, people were disappointed at first that the game didn't end up being Half-Life 3, but at the end of the day, everyone ended up loving it because it was amazing. I played it myself and it was a masterpiece from the beginning to the end. And they also did continue the story in some way. They did give us a new cliffhanger that changed the events of Half-Life 2. So it wasn't completely useless if we're talking about the story, and the game did end up mattering in the canonical story of the franchise. So I think this is something that Gaben said himself. It's that when they make a Half-Life game, they want to try and make something new because it's become sort of like the thing with this franchise. It is what reminds them of their roots, and they want to keep this model going. They don't want to sell out and make new Half-Life games that don't feel like anything new just to continue the story and feed people's demand for these games. So Half-Life Alyx was a brand new experience in a different way that we expected because it was in VR. And it looked like at the time that was the direction that Valve wanted to take Half-Life in. And it really makes me wonder what they're gonna come up with for Half-Life 3 and how they're gonna go about creating that game, which direction they're gonna take the gameplay to. Because I'm not gonna lie, making Half-Life 3 VR will probably not be the best decision, as way too many people are excited for that game and not too many want or have the ability to buy a VR headset and set it up just to play one game. So this is why Half-Life 3 is not what you expect it to be. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Are you willing to wait another 10 years for Valve to make Half-Life 3 and have it be a new revolutionary, crazy different game that everyone's gonna love for years to come? Or do you just care about seeing the continuation of the story and would probably take a Half-Life 2 reskin with a new story and call it a day? Whatever you may think, I hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.